What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today's GOAT format profile will be Exodia, the Forbidden One. Alright guys, so as I said in the intro, we are taking on Exodia, the Forbidden One. Now, for me, it's always been an all-time classic ever since, I saw that first episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! When Yugi beat Kaiba with Exodia the Forbidden One. I think we all kind of have a soft spot in our heart for Exodia. So today we're going to go through a GOAT format deck profile and break down and see an optimal way to play Exodia. Because there are a lot of different ones, and personally, this is one that I like. I know there's a lot of different builds out there, but yeah, be sure to comment down below which ones you like, what you would switch out from here as well too. So, of course, we are starting off with the big baddie himself, our 5 pieces of Exodia. Personally, I played the gold. I think it looks super good. But yeah, so starting off, our first 5 monsters, of course, are 5 pieces of the Forbidden One. Moving on, we are going more for kind of like a recruiter. 3 copies of Emissary of the Afterlife. So when he is sent from the field of graveyard, each player selects one level 3 or lower normal monster from their deck and adds it to their hand. So unless you're playing against someone who is also playing Exodia, chances are your opponent's not going to be searching out a monster from their deck from his effect. So it's going to be a pretty one-sided helping hand to help load up your hand with Exodia pieces. Moving on, we have 3 copies of Dekoichi, the Battle-Chanted Locomotive, just to help us get a little bit more of a draw engine. And yeah, he's actually not got too bad of stats for a flip effect monster too, 1400, 1000 defense. But yeah, playing 3 of him, just a very good draw engine, which leads into our next 3, which is Dark Mimic level 1. So another one that's going to let you draw when he's flipped face up. So, not too bad. Not too bad. It's 2 cards that you tend to see a lot in GOAT format, especially because they are both dark as well too. If you're running a Chaos Engine in here, which we are not. But we are running 3 Thunder Dragon just to help thin our deck a little bit quicker. Now, an alternative I have seen to the Thunder Dragon engine is actually playing 2 Mystic Tomatoes as recruiters and a Spirit Reaper just to help build up a wall. So, your choice if you want to go the 2 Tomato Spirit Reaper or the 3 Thunder Dragon. Because actually playing the Mystic Tomato can also help you go right into Sandgan as well too. So, it's kind of your choice. Personally, I like the Thunder Dragon. I like thinning my deck a little bit more. Then also, if you run into Graceful Charity, you have some discard fodder as well too. So, personally, that's how I run it. Of course, you can always switch it up, put in whatever engine you would like instead. Whichever one you see kind of plays a little bit better with your playstyle. So, moving on to spells, we have 2 Messenger of Peace. Just to help stall out your opponent. I don't think you have to worry too much. Unless they have like Don Zalug. I think he's like 14. So Messenger of Peace, very good for stalling your opponent. Moving on to 2 Nobleman of Crossout. Just help eliminate anything like a Morphing Jar that might discard your hand and lose pieces. Running 2 Book of Moon, which can be played offensively, defensively, or maybe double defensively. Flipping your opponent's monsters face down, but you can also flip your Dark Mimics and your Dekoichi face down as well too, so you can get a benefit of their flip effect one more time. So, a little bit more universal in the deck, which is always good. Because Exodia, it's kind of a straight line of play of, hey, you gotta get the pieces in your hand. Adding Book of Moon gives a little bit more versatility in terms of defense. So moving on to our draw cards. So we have 2 Upstart Goblin, because obviously life points aren't really a thing when you're playing with Exodia. And of course, Graceful Charity and a pot of green as well too. Nice thing when you're playing with Thunder Dragon, you can thin your deck and then load it up with 2 extra Thunder Dragons, so when you do run in to Graceful Charity, those can be your 2 discards. Because we're not playing Sinister Serpent in the deck. I didn't really think it was too big of a thing to put 1 Sinister Serpent in just for Graceful Charity. So that's personally my take on it. Now, Premature Burial, get back our recruiters like Sangan or Emissary. And then Monster Reincarnation, again, just like Premature Burial, but just add it back to the hand instead. Moving on to the traps. So we have 3 copies of Jar of Greed. Pretty self-explanatory. Trap card, let you draw. Then we actually have 2 copies of Backup Soldier. In case you do get your Exodia pieces discarded, you can at least add back the pieces from your graveyard back to your hand. So, not too bad, I think, to have a solid backup plan, if that's not already in the name of Backup Soldier. Some more stall cards. We are running two Gravity Bind, because I made that mistake in the Umi control, and I put 3 when it's limited to 2. So we got 2 Gravity Bind in here, making up the slack of with Messenger of Peace instead of having 3. So 2 Gravity Bind, again, stall out your opponent a little bit. And then we have just some more standard GOAT format trap cards. Call of the Haunted, Torrential Tribute, and Mirror Force as well too. So that is the whole Exodia deck. Personally, I like this build. I think it's super fun to play with. Like I said, you can switch out the Thunder Dragons for Mystic Tomatoes, Spirit Reaper to help stall. I suppose you could do 3 Mystic Tomatoes if you wanted to. I don't know. But yeah, as long as you still got Sangan in, you're good. But yeah, I like having 3 Thunder Dragon. Gives you some discard fodder. Helps you thin out the deck a little bit quicker as well too. Some things you could also add in are more floodgates, I guess you could say. But yeah, personally, this is the build I like. It's one that I find extremely fun. Like I said, growing up, Exodia was always so cool to see on the TV, and be able to play it in real life was equally as amazing. But yeah, you guys let me know what kind of build you like playing. I know some people play with Mana Core of Darkness as well too. That's a pretty solid engine. And I think I've seen a few other engines out there too that were a little off the wall, which, hey, anything that gets you Exodia into the hand quicker is fine by me. But we'll see you guys on the next one. Be sure to check out rpkgaming.com. The TCG player link down below as well too, so you can get all your GOAT format cards. We'll see you on the next one. Goodbye. Mwah. And good night.